So question 4 says, use the graph shown to find the following: the domain and range, intercepts, if any, horizontal asymptotes, if any, vertical asymptotes, if any, oblique asymptotes, if any. Oblique also kind of can be defined as slant. So domain, again, is this left to right concept. So if you look at the graph, it looks like the only thing that I'm missing is this red line is a boundary line that we cannot touch. And it looks like 0 occurs there. So it looks like to me, the domain is everything but this 0. So since they're using set builder notation, we need to be using inequalities. So the domain is going to be the set of x's such that x cannot equal 0. The range, if you look at it from a lower bound to upper bound, the graph is continuous from lower to upper. So there aren't any range restrictions. So the range is going to be all real numbers. So part B says find the x-intercepts if there are any. Well, notice how it does, again, the graph is the blue part. The red lines are what we call boundary lines. That's the areas that the graph cannot touch. So there is a -3 and a 3 are our two intercepts. So -3 and 3 would be where it crosses the x-axis. The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, but also there's a boundary line. It cannot touch the y-axis because it's this dotted red line, and the dotted red line is something that you cannot touch. So there's not any y-intercepts. C says find the horizontal asymptotes. A horizontal asymptote is what we call a horizontal boundary line, and they're using these red lines here. So I don't see a red horizontal line that's a boundary line. So this one has none. It doesn't have any. It doesn't have any horizontal asymptotes. So the vertical asymptote, if there is any, that's going to be a vertical line, and that's this red line here that goes through the y-axis. So that's defined by the equation x equals the x value, which is 0. So x can never equal 0. That's that domain restriction as well. So notice that domain restriction is also going to help you identify the vertical asymptote. The oblique asymptote is a slant asymptote. So a slant asymptote is this line here. Notice that we have to find the equation of line. I do know 2 points because it does pass through 0, 0 as well. So I can find the slope and the y-intercept by this. So if I'm using the equation y equals mx plus b, we already know b is equal to 0 because it's the y-intercept. So to find the slope, we need to know the change in y over the change in x. So notice if I look at the graph, it goes from 0 down to -10, and then it goes over 2. So there's a change going down 10 and right 2. So the slope is this -10 to 2. That's how you move from point to point, which simplifies down to a -5. So your equation is going to be then this y equals then -5x plus 0, or simply y equals -5x. So again, the plus 0 is dropped. So our equation of our line is just going to be y equals -5x. Okay.